Hi guys, it's Scott. It's currently the 25th of June 2022, and it's been a couple of months since my last video. I haven't had the capability of making a video for ages because I lost my phone, but now I finally got a new iPhone 13 Pro. I just thought I'd do a quick catch-up video because I am going to my second catch-up appointment with my consultant on Tuesday and in Singleton Hospital. The reason I'm put consultant in inverted commas is because the last time I went it was really busy. I ended up getting the junior doctor for my first one. So it's time I spoke to you all. I think it's been 8 months now since my last chemotherapy, which seems like an insane amount of time that's passed. It feels like it was yesterday, but it also feels like a long time ago at the same time. I think I've been saying that during the whole thing. Where I am at the moment then, so I am feeling good. I am currently a bit lighter. I've lost a lot of the weight that I was holding before. I found it really difficult to lose the weight, and I don't know why, because like usually, you know, when I know that there's a problem or understand that there's a problem, I can generally do it, lose the weight quickly, but it was really difficult. And I know some people say that chemotherapy changes the way, of course it does, changes the way your body works, and the way your metabolism is and all of this stuff. I'm feeling good. I haven't weighed myself. I do know that on my last day of my last chemo, the nurse accidentally told me my weight, which was like just short of 100 kilos, which was like a dagger to the heart. It's the heaviest I've ever been in my life. And yeah, I think like as time went on over Christmas, that got worse because I got COVID and stuff, and so I just tended to like put on a lot of weight because I didn't care, but at the same time then I was getting paranoid about it all. But yeah, I'm feeling really good. At the moment I'm doing like a 3 on 4 off diet, so I'm like trying to get myself down to where I was. I'm not currently in my 34-inch waist jeans, but I am able to wear a lot of the clothes that I haven't been able to wear in quite some time, so I'm, you know, happy about that. I feel good. I haven't had any like mega symptoms of cancer, but then again I didn't anyway. And yeah, I think it's just like quite I'm looking forward to going to see the consultant on Tuesday, because there are a couple of things, you know, that you just want to air. As time's gone on, you know, the health anxiety kind of just plays a bigger part in the way that your recovery is. Like, I feel like I'm fine. I feel like I'm healthy and whatever, but then I'll have days where, I don't know, I'll just like get really panicky, and it doesn't show in panic with me. Like I'm quite good at being able to prioritize how my brain works, and so I'll get all of the things I need to do, like with the business, and I'll get all of that stuff sort of compartmentalized in my brain. And then like if things don't go to plan, or if then like suddenly like something's gone skew-if, I'll basically then have to like rework my brain. And it's only at those moments of extreme stress, or like when there's a lot of things that are going out of like sync at the same time, do I really like notice how different sometimes I can deal with things. And I think that like at the moment I can go like from 0 to 100 really quickly. I'm quite a positive person, but I recently have been like quite like on edge. Still positive but on edge, and if something doesn't go quite right, I'm likely to snap. And I think it is to do with anxiety, and it is to do with like this like realization that, you know, the cancer treatment is over and like I'm feeling better, but actually it has changed the way that my brain works a bit. And like, you know, I'm not I don't know how to describe it. I'm just not the same yet, and I think that it's about, like, for example, at the moment I've got like I've got a lump on my neck that has been there throughout the entire process, but like I'll just start thinking about that, like overthinking it, and I'm like, oh, what if it's still there? What if the cancer's still there? I have got like I just feel like this fullness in my neck, and like I'm just constantly feeling my neck for lumps, and I know it's like stupid, and everyone's just, oh, you know, whatever. But I'm like, it is like I go through phases, and sometimes it's like quite severe. At the moment it's quite a lot, which is why I decided to do a video. But I'm quite like conscious about like making sure that I'm not like I'll have pains, like I'll just have like a shooting pain in my arm or on my leg, and I'll be like, oh shit, what's going on? And I didn't even have those problems before. It wasn't even a symptom that I had like when I was having the cancer or whatever. So I don't know, I start reading into things, and like I really like we've gotten to the point like 8 months post chemo where like things are starting to get back on track, and I think that like the idea of having a relapse, or like the idea of like not being in remission anymore and then having to go through another load of treatment is kind of quite, I don't know, it's quite a daunting prospect, but I know it's quite a realistic one. So, you know, I'm also like making sure that I'm mentally preparing for if that happens without being negative. Like, it could happen. Like, a lot of people do go into do get a recurrence with Hodgkin's lymphoma. So yeah, a lot of my like my mental state at the moment is like I'm still there, I'm still me, but at the same time like there's like another level of caution to me, and yeah, I can bottle things up quite a lot, and like suddenly everything becomes really stressy, and I think the root cause of that is because I've got health anxiety. I'm like constantly thinking, oh, you know, like, is my neck ache because of this? But actually, I think that my neck ache is probably because I'm prodding my neck all the time, and like wanting to be extra cautious over like things, and extra, because I didn't have any proper symptoms other than the neck lumps last time. I'm like trying to like, you know, so yeah, I think that's difficult, but at the same time it's supposed to like to be expected. All of this, I don't like speak about any of this stuff as if I'm like the only person that's like ever going like that's ever having these problems. You can see on a slightly more positive note, my hair, my mullet is like full on coming back now. I've got my tuft coming. Cast me in the next season of Stranger Things, please, if anyone happens to be listening. Maybe one of the like directors or producers is going through cancer, God forbid, but maybe they'll see my videos and ask me for advice. That's the way to pay me back. But yeah, so I think that's where I am. When I go in to see the doctor on Tuesday, there's a couple of things I need to speak about, and it is, I want to speak about health anxiety. I want to speak about like how, you know, I'm supposed to like, if there are any ways that can make me feel better, because I think that a lot of the issues lie in the sense that like I'm not having tests done anymore, so I don't know, and I'm not going to know until like there's a problem. And even when I go in now on Tuesday, I'm not having tests done. I'm just having a chat, and like they'll just ask me a couple of things about like how I've been doing, and that's fine too. But yeah, stressful. So yeah, there's nothing specific. I'm just wanted to check in and like speak to everyone. Hopefully I'll be doing it more often as well. But like I went out with my friends, because we're all turning 30 this year. I went out with my friends a couple of weeks ago, and like my whole like capacity to drink alcohol has changed. Like I'm just not very good at it right now. Maybe it'll get better, who knows? But I was like really drunk really quickly, and there was no matter how much food I ate, nothing was gonna like stop that from being the case. So yeah, watch that. And at the moment it's like a proper hay fever season, and like whilst in the past I've had like a couple of like, you know, moments with hay fever, I've never struggled like I have. Like I'm having to take, like I had to stop the Camper Van Vintage shoot this week because we needed to like go out and get antihistamines, because I simply just couldn't do anything. I was just like banged up like this all the time, waiting for a sneeze, and so I think that the chemo has like affected my allergies. I don't know why, like, I suppose it's a good thing. It's like, I mean, I'm just like making science up now, but I'm assuming it's like rejigged my like immune system, and so anything like foreign that's coming in is like reacting in a particular way. But I'm really quite stuffy with the hay fever even today, and it's overcast and been raining. And like, I'm glad I took my antihistamine. But yeah, I think getting back on track is definitely doable quickly when you after chemo. For me, it was anyway. But I think that like as time goes on, little things you start noticing that you haven't processed or like haven't like come up with a solution for, or something that you've pushed back to the like edge of your brain because there are other things that are more important. Like those kinds of things start like coming to the surface. And now that I've got more time to actually like consider them and think about them, I think that that's like making, it's good and bad. It just means I'm having a lot more moments where I'm like getting stressed or like getting angry or like getting like frustrated, and they're all about specific things like, you know, routine or being not being quite there in the brain, or like to me taking a longer time doing stuff, thinking, like not I don't know, just like there's just like moments where you just think, okay, that could be this, and I haven't considered this properly. Obviously I had a moment of grief at the start of the year because of like losing someone close in the family, and I think all of these things like add up. And I think so for me it's like a unique situation, but because we've gone through COVID times and I've had cancer through COVID, like I think everybody's had some, I mean, they would have had some kind of grief that's unrelated to their cancer but like plays into it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm currently having a day off, and then we're doing a 5-day week at the moment, trying to get stuff done. We've got a festival in August. We're doing the We Out Here festival in Cambridge, and yeah, I think that's more or less it. I just wanted to also to say thank you to like the video that is getting a lot of traction at the moment is the one about the sort of road to diagnosis that I did, like before I started chemo but after I'd had my diagnosis, explaining all of the like issues I'd been having, and sort of how the roadmap was. That one's been getting a lot of traction and people have been commenting on it and messaging me on. Also had a lot of people come into Instagram from this channel to thank me, and I just wanted to reach out to those people and say thanks to them for passing on the feedback. I know like at the time I was in such a whirlwind that like you kind of forget that this is like an important thing for other people too, and now that I'm like not out of it, now that I'm like sort of over half a year into remission, and I'm getting more people coming to me and speaking to me about those kinds of things, it's kind of like quite self-affirming, and like I just want to say thank you to those people for reaching out and speaking to me about their experiences, and hopefully I can help as many of you that like ask me like specific questions again as we go on. But yeah, that's where we're at. If anyone's interested, I'm doing a juicing diet. A lot of people don't like them, but it's really worked for me. I'm juicing for 3 days, 1 juice meal. So I'm fasting until 1 because fasting really helps me personally. It doesn't help everyone, but fasting until 1, only having coffee. And then at 1:30, I'm having a juice. So like celery, spinach, cucumber, and like 3 berries. I'm doing strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, all blitzed up together with some apple juice and some water, and sometimes some like mixy spirulina powdery stuff. I'm having one of them in a pint glass. That mixture usually lasts for the next day as well. And in the evening I've been having like a bowl of veg, like broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and then like a little bit of whatever I've made on the side, just to have like some excitement. But yeah, that, and I've been doing that for 3 to 4 days a week for the last month, and I've like really noticed the difference. And then on the other days I've just been eating whatever the hell I like, so it means I'm not feeling like hard done by, because I do love my food. But yeah, I hope you're all well, and thank you so much for listening. And as you say, I'm over on Instagram at Scott Jamesdale if you want to speak further about anything, or like ask me how I've shaped my mullet, either one. But yeah, thanks guys, ta-ra.